Hey everybody, it's Bob. It's Sunday, so you know what that means. It's Bob's Smokin' Sunday. Today on the program, we are going to be doing pork carnitas. We're firing up the ugly drum smoker. We've marinated about a 7-pound pork shoulder, and we've got it seasoned. It is ready to go. It is going to be delicious. We're going to be making tacos, nachos, quesadillas. Hey, I can't wait. Let's take you inside, show you what we did. Alright, so let me tell you a little bit about what we did for our pre-seasoning and marinade for our pork shoulder that we're going to turn into carnitas later. So first what we did is we took the pork shoulder and we turned the fat side up, the fat cap. Generally you want to trim this if you're making like a pulled pork. We're leaving it on, but we're going to score it diagonally to create a diamond pattern. What that's going to do is, it's going to allow the marinade and our seasonings to get into the meat further. Secondly, that fat cap, where it's scored, is going to render easier, and it's also going to crisp up a little bit. We should get a nice healthy bark on that pork. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a half a can of Chipotle peppers in adobo sauce. Now a Chipotle pepper is a dry and roasted jalapeno chili, and this happens to come in a can and it happens to be in a sauce. We take it, we chop it up real small, and we're going to rub that into where we scored our fat cap. So what we did for our marinade, we're going to take our pork shoulder, we're going to go ahead and put it in a 2.5 gallon hefty or Ziploc bag, and we're going to add our marinade. So first we're going to put in a cup of orange juice. Secondly, we've chopped a lemon and a lime. We're going to go ahead and squeeze the juice from each of those into the bag, and then we're going to go ahead and throw the peel in there as well, and the same with an orange. We've also taken a large white onion and we've peeled it, we've quartered it. That is going to go in the bag as well. And we've taken 6 cloves of garlic and we've peeled them, but we're not chopping them. And those are going to go in the bag as well, along with 2 bay leaves, as well as 2 teaspoons of Mexican oregano. And then we're also going to add a tablespoon of Cholula hot sauce. That's going to give us a little more kick into our carnitas. So we're going to put that bag inside a second bag just to prevent any leaking in the fridge. I'm going to put that in a plate, we're going to put it in the fridge, we're going to let that marinate overnight. As you can see, we've got our pork butt. We've taken it out of the marinade, we've kind of drained it. All of your marinade juices, all of this stuff here, you just need to pitch because it's been in with raw meat. We've got it on rack here so that if there is any more moisture, it can drip off. We're going to let that set, and we're going to get it up to room temperature so it's not as cold when we put it on the smoker, and B, we're going to season it. So we're going to first lightly season it with our salt, pepper, garlic, just our SPG. We kind of use that on a lot of things. Then next what we're going to use is we're going to use cumin. Going to use a little oregano. And we'll get both sides of this. We're also going to hit it with our Ancho, some Ancho chili powder. And then the last thing we're going to do is hit it with our regular homemade barbecue rub that we've made. And we don't need a ton of the barbecue rub because it has a lot of the spices in it already. It's got brown sugar, it's got cumin, it's got chili powder, but it also has some paprika for color and whatnot. Then on the fat cap side, we just kind of want to work We kind of want to work that seasoning down into these slits that we cut and let that work in. And then what we'll do is we'll go ahead and season the sides and season the other side, and then we'll let that come up to close to room temperature, and we'll get it on our smoker. Alright, so we're at about 160 degrees. It's been 4 hours. We're going to take our pork shoulder off of the smoker. We're going to put it in a foil pan, and then once we get in that pan, we're going to add some extra moisture. We'll add some lime and some garlic to it. We're going to cover it with foil, put it back on the smoker for a few more hours. Alright, so we got a notification on our app that our pork is done. It is up to a temperature of 202 degrees, which is just slightly above our 195 to 200 that we wanted. So we're going to go ahead and take it off of the smoker. We're going to take it in the house. We're going to let it rest, and then we'll get it pulled. We'll make some tacos. Alright, so we've taken the pork off of the smoker and we brought it inside. It's been resting for about 40 minutes or so. So I'm going to uncover it and see what we've got. Look at this. This is beautiful. Now, pork shoulders, pork butts, same thing. They have this little built-in thermometer. Usually you can just pull it right out. Now we got some that's stuck to it here, but that just kind of comes right off. So there's your bone. Just pull right out of there. And then you can just kind of take the meat and pull it apart. We're going to make tacos out of this. So right now I've got 2 layers of gloves on, but this is still really, really hot. So I'm going to kind of baby it a little bit. But we're just going to kind of pull it and set it in this pan right here. And then we'll make some tacos. We'll make some other things with it. So once we get all this pulled from here and put into this pan, we've got a lime, and we're just going to squeeze that over top, and that will give it a nice citrusy flavor. And then once we get this all pulled, we'll take this juice that we have in here and we will pour it into any that we save, so that the pork stays nice and juicy. And the last step is to take your pulled pork and put it in the frying pan and crisp it up nice and crispy. Now we're serving it on tacos. You can serve it on nachos, burritos. I like to put it in quesadillas. It also freezes really well. So you can freeze it, then you can come back later and have delicious meals for days. So if you like what you see, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel on YouTube, and more importantly, try this recipe. It's not that hard, it just takes a little time. So you're watching Bob's Smokin' Sunday, and until next time, we'll see you later.